continuously, year in and year out, the SEC has been the best conference. However, the past two seasons,
we're not talking about centuries, decades. We're
all right, right now, the SEC. Yes, look at the rankings.
Like I text you, I said the top teams, Big Ten, Def, SEC.
No, it's not. It's incorrect. You have Ohio State and Indiana.
Incorrect.
You have Ohio State and Indiana at 1 and 2. We have A&M 3, Bama 4, Georgia 5, Ole Miss 6. 4 versus 2. We beat you in there.
Fuck the rankings. We just said the rankings don't make sense.
Okay, fine. Aside from that, I think pick your best SEC team versus your Big Ten team. Ohio State versus who? Who is it going to be? You know exactly who I'm going to say.
Alabama.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to say?
I think Alabama would beat Ohio State.
All right, I think the podcast's over. I think we should. You're talking about the same. You're saying the same.
Week
the same
one.
Ohio State that's having a historic defense.
Who the hell has Ohio State played other than Texas? Can you tell me?
They haven't played anybody besides Texas, but Texas was number 1 seed in the country when they
okay,
but
preseason rankings don't mean much, do they? Obviously, because look what happened in week 1.
Well, clearly because how are the national champions not the number 1 seed?
Well, Alabama lost to FSU. I'm not going to sit here and say they didn't. However, though, if you compare Alabama straight to
what the fuck does that have to do with national champions?
Because everyone likes to harp on Alabama losing FSU week 1.
Nobody give a fuck about Alabama or FSU.
Well, at some point we're gonna have to care. Listen, all I'm gonna say, fine, if we're not ready to have that conversation yet, Ohio State.
Wait. We're talking about
now. Ohio State. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you talking about who has Ohio State played like they're not undefeated. Alabama is it 1 or 2 losses?
No, they've got 1 loss. They lost to FSU week 1.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're talking about Ohio State facing the number 1 team in the country week 1 and beating them versus Alabama losing to one of the biggest fall-off teams of last season.
Okay, fine. That was week 1. All I'm saying, though, because you can't really judge a team off of week 1. I'm happy you guys beat Texas. I predicted you guys to beat Texas. However, though, it doesn't matter. All I'm saying, though, is you guys are going to get tested.
If I'm being honest, there's so many games Alabama should have lost. They should have lost the Georgia game. They should have lost to Missouri. I thought Tennessee was going to be Alabama. They should have lost the South Carolina game.
Okay, regardless, they still won. And at least they're playing legit competition. You guys are playing Purdue.
You can't name one game that you've seen of Ohio State where you thought they were going to lose.
Because they haven't played anybody.
They played Texas.
Week 1, and you won by 7 points, and it wasn't a blowout.
Yeah, and Alabama played Florida State week 1 and lost.
And they lost, and ever since then they've won and they've handled their business.
Yeah,
last
Florida
I checked,
State was unranked. Florida
put Ohio State in the SEC. I promise you, they have at least a loss, and I think you can agree with me.
Yeah, they would have a loss, but they would still be a top 3 team in the SEC.
I'm not. I think they would be right. I think they would be right there with Alabama, A&M, Ole Miss. You guys have probably the best roster in the country, I would say.
Whoa. Where's Georgia?
Georgia too as well. I think Ohio State's better than Georgia.
Okay, but you talking about you? So you think Ole Miss is better than Georgia?
I'm saying those type teams right there. No, Georgia beat Ole Miss. Georgia's better than Ole Miss. However,
but I'm saying you name Ole Miss before you name Georgia.
Okay, I forgot to say Georgia. I think you get my point. I'm saying that they would be right there with those teams. I think they would have 1 loss.
Okay, and by the way, you said,
we got a minute.
No. All I was gonna say was I was about to say you named Texas A&M before Georgia also, but Texas A&M is ranked higher than Georgia. But I feel like it go either way if they play each other.
All I'm saying that is I would respect Ohio State and their fans. You know what you're talking about, and you're not one of those crazy homers on social media. I would respect Ohio State more as a fan base if their fans would understand how easy their schedule is. I understand you guys beat Tennessee and you beat Texas last year. I'm talking about this year. If you guys are the almighty dogs, you guys should be scheduling bigger opponents. At least Michigan scheduled Oklahoma. I understand these are in years past, but I'll be damned, man. That's an easy schedule. No wonder why you're in the position you are to be set for the playoffs.